Hey guys, so Lord here, back again with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the DC Multiverse Collector Edition Red Platinum Edition. Oh jeez, with the colors. Red Lantern Guy Gardner. This, of course, brought to us by the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys, who will remain fine folks for this video because unlike the wrong Guy Gardner of Overlord Productions past, this guy is actually pretty friggin' cool looking. I'm not gonna lie, I like the all black with the red accents and that frickin' crazy ass King Diamond face paint he's got going on. Talk about that more in a minute here, but getting into the meat and taters of this review, of course, have the collectible trading card. The bio on the back basically whips the dog shit out of Atrocitus and takes his lantern. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Speaking of that red lantern, it's right here. It's red, it's a lantern, it's cool, it's fine. That said, we also get a couple of different face plates. Right here. Which, as you can see, yeah, he's got like some crazy King Diamond face paint going on. Kind of reminds me of the album cover for Conspiracy. If you guys remember that, it was the sequel to the album Them. And he's got like all the blood smeared all over his traditional black and white face paint. But, I'm loving that. That looks pretty cool. And then we got some alternate hands. We got an alternate gripping hand and fisted hand, in case you wanted to swap them out, which actually I'm gonna try this live here. Is this hand the same size as this hand? It's not. I was going to swap this onto Mr. Terrific to give him two fists, but this hand is a little wider, so that's not going to look right. Which sucks. We do also have a pointing pointer and a spread open hand there. Which I kind of warped because I bent it trying to pop it off. But either way, that is all you get. You don't get swappable hair with this guy, but his hair does pop off. And it does help keep the faceplate on, so I'm not going to futz with that. He does, however, come with a hockey puck display stand releasing with all McFarlane Toys releases, though. And now we got the figure. It's the same as the other Guy Gardner, just like Mr. Terrific was the same as the other Mr. Terrific, but it's been a while since we looked at that figure, so as far as articulation goes, his head will look side to side. Look up and down a little bit, tilt side to side a little bit. His faceplate's not too loose in there. I managed to get that on there pretty good. I actually did the same thing with Mr. Terrific. I found out there was a little piece of hair, of his hair, not a piece of hair, that kind of pops out and kind of helps form fit around the faceplate. And it gave it a bit of a tighter grip. It's not perfect. I might actually hit it with some heat. Obviously taking that coat off first, but, you know. I would like the faces to not feel like they're wiggle, 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 wiggle. They work out. That said, speaking of jackets, I'm surprised this guy didn't get a soft goods jacket. But either way, shoulders go out, back down, forward and back. He's got both of them, unlike the wrong Guy Gardner. He does have the forward and back. A beautiful butterfly, but it's kind of hindered. This side moves a little more, I would say. He does have a swivel in the bicep, double elbow, like that. And then he does have the ball hinge wrists, which will rotate, hinge, and swivel. So those work pretty well. As always, torso will rotate and move that far back, that far forward. Not bad for having a big vest on, essentially. Then his hips will kick forward and back. They'll kick out, back down. He does not have a thigh cut, like at all. It does not do shit on this figure. Either it's stuck or something else, but I'm not going to futz with it. He does have a double jointed knee. Main reason I'm not going to futz with it, I futzed with heat waves, and now his leg's loose. So, I gotta tell you, I do not care for the McFarlane hips. I wish they'd go to ball sockets or something. Sonic welded, like, cups to go over the balls. That just sounds all kinds of wrong. That said, he does have ball-hinged ankles, speaking of balls, that will hinge, of course, rotate, and pivot with a toe joint. And that's your lot. Cool figure. I like it. I think it's fine. Gets the job done. It's a Red Lantern. We don't get a lot of those. I don't know why. They're pretty freaking cool looking, especially that Cacodemon goat skull looking one. That's the one I would like to have, but, oh well, I guess. Just have to backtrack and get the Mattel one, because I'm sure modern day Mattel ain't going to venture outside of the Bat family for at least 3 years. So, with that being said, it's time now that we move right along, take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is Red Lantern Guy Gardner, alongside the other characters available in this quote-unquote collector's edition wave. Already explained why I say quote-unquote. You know the drill by now. Two of these guys are Platinums. Hot Girl, aka Kendra Saunders over there, standing large and in charge as usual, is the only one that is not a Platinum, though she does have a Platinum Chase. We already talked about that in her review, though. But then, of course, we also have the JSA Mr. Terrific, and these three actually all have something in common. Is that they're all McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse figures. No, they're all characters from the new Superman movie, starring David Cornsweet. You heard me correctly. His last name is Cornsweet. Sounds like another name for a yeast infection. So, getting these two out of here, so we can bring in our two regulars. Mythic Legion's Brother Manibulith, and the infamous 11 Spawn, who actually is about, I would say he's closer to the same height, more so than anyone else we've looked at this collector's edition wave. Also, Guy Gardner here is a card-carrying member of the Men in Red and Black Club, because Red Lanterns are essentially the cosmic division of the Men in Red and Black Club. Just wish we had more of them. Like, what the hell? So, with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and unlike the wrong Guy Gardner from Overlord Productions past, this Platinum variant of Guy Gardner is pretty freaking sweet. Not only is he a Red Lantern, which we don't get a lot of nowadays, he also has some King Diamond face paint thing going on. I don't know if that's supposed to be blood. I don't know if that's supposed to be face paint. I don't really care what it's supposed to be. It looks like what it looks like to me, so that gives him some bonus points. And it also helps that he has a rather black attire to boot. You know, adding to the whole King Diamond thing. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.